Well. Hello, my friends, and thank you for being with us in this another segment. It's new. I was gonna say new, but it's not really new. It's just another segment of the code here on In Vivo Live. Don't forget that we are here every Thursday at 7 p.m. If God allows, we are here every Thursday. I try to bring you different coaches and speakers and authors so that you can grow, so that you can decode those negative beliefs that have been set in your life. So, my name is Sandra Graves, and I'm the host of this show. So, if you would like to be a guest on this show, please send us an email to info@envivoassociates.com. And today I have a guest, and as you will see right here on the screen, it says Unveiling the Illusion. She's an author, but let me tell you something else. She knows how to cook up a soup, okay? And it is a soup that is delicious. That if you haven't had this soup in your life, you're going to want to taste it. Because this soup is filled with faith, it's filled with hope, it's filled with perseverance, and it's filled with a good attitude. Something that we all need. And not everybody have tasted, though she have definitely tasted it, and she's here to share it with us. So let me close this screen and introduce you to my girl, Dr. Melida Harris Barrow, the fantastic, my queen, my panameña, my salsera, my... Okay, let me calm down now. I'm too excited. The author of Unveiling the Illusion.
The illusion.
So, Melida, okay, I said all of that, but let me tell you guys. I said it because it's in my heart and it's what I believe. I don't give what we say in Panama Bumbo or bring up anybody if I don't feel it that way. So, Melida, share with us now. Who is Melida and what is this about unveiling the illusion?
Thank you so much, Sandra. May God bless you, first of all, and bless us all. I do believe that this show is going places. I thank you for, well, it's there already, and I thank you for inviting me once again to your show. I really, really appreciate it. Wow, Unveiling the Illusion. Know Who You Are. It's a book that I believe everyone should read. And the reason being is that when I wrote this book, I wrote the book because I was going through pain, I was going through mental abuse, I was going through so many things in my life for so long. And I couldn't figure out, why am I tolerating? Why am I going through these things? And I was just going in circles. So I decided that I need to write the book. Why? Is because I overcame all of it.
Wow.
I am living
The magic, unveiling. Unveiling, I like that. Unveiling is like what? Like removing something, right?
Yes.
That
Actually,
is. How did you
yes,
came up with
actually,
that title?
Yes, I came up with the title because it is so important for all of us to know that as children, we are going through customs, rituals, tradition, culture, and all of these things are not always good for us. I was able to unveil a lot of things from my childhood and also as an adult. Why? Because I recognize that a lot of these things, the culture, the tradition, and all of these things have kept us back. Not all of it, but most of it for me. Mm-hmm. And I figured that this is the time. I'm 57 years old now, and I'm telling you.
Well, you're looking good, Mama. You're looking good. Whatever.
Thank you, Mommy. I had to unveil all of the things, or most of the things that I were taught. And I believe that this is why I was dealing with those issues. and not able to overcome those issues. And I'll give you an example for the audience.
Yeah.
We were told growing up that you should not leave your husband. You cannot get a divorce. You have to stay there and you have to stick with it and you have to put up with whatever is happening in your life.
Yeah.
And I realized that God did not create me to suffer.
Yes.
God did not create me or any one of us to deal with physical abuse, mental abuse, depression, all those things. So I decided to take control. And that control was to get to know me. You see, from the time, especially women, I have a message for you. From the time we were born, we were told to love everybody else. We were told to love mother. Yes. We were told to love father, husband, brother, sister.
That's right. You preach it. Come on, bring it on.
No one have ever told us to love ourselves.
That's right.
As women, especially. Yes. And I believe that I began to love myself. I realized that what I was going through, I didn't have to go through. So I decided to just embrace myself, just hug myself, just kiss myself and say, God did not create me to suffer. He created me to be the woman that I am today.
That's
the
right.
powerful woman that I am today.
That's right.
I went from pain to power.
That's
and how
right.
did I do that? I did that because I got to know who I am.
That's right.
And that is when I began to unveil so many other illusions that was presented to me from childhood.
But what was said? What was said? Because all this time, yes, you were suffering and you experienced. But what is it that got you to saying no more? That's it. I'm going to change. I'm going to start loving me. What is it that hit that note in your brain that you decided to make that change?
Well, first of all, one of the things that happened to me, and it was a great experience, I heard that voice within me that said, why are you dealing with all of this? And because of the different studies that I had, I really realized that it's not enough just to continue to love everybody else. That one thing that got me was I was doing everything for everybody else. And I wasn't doing it for myself, Sandra. And I decided, you know what, Mel? It is time to do for self. You see, you can't love anybody if you don't even love yourself. We're fooling ourselves. That is the illusion. We're constantly telling people we love them, but we don't love ourselves. How can you? This is why when you begin to love, you'll fall out of love because you don't know how to love yourself. So
let me share this quote that I have by Carol Burnett. It says, only I can change my life. No one else can do it for me.
Exactly. No one could change me. When women are going through or men are going through so many issues, people always talk to them, counsel them, and tell them everything. Trust me, I received that. But one of the things, no one can make you change. No one at all. So the most important thing for you is make that change. If you're tired of suffering, trust me, you can change. You can tell yourself today, right now.
But Melida, everything in my life is so difficult. Oh, my husband treats me bad and my kids are disrespecting me. And I don't know what I can do. I can't do it. I am so suffering. I cannot deal with this pain anymore. What do you say to that?
I say, enough is enough. I went through many years of suffering. And I read the Bible in and out. Trust me, I did. And it was not clicking. But let me tell you why it wasn't clicking.
Why?
You see, God was presented to me as a child. He was introduced to me as a child. They told me everything about God. They told me everything about Jesus. They told me everything about everybody in the Bible.
Yes.
But guess what? They told it their way.
Yes.
So I was not connecting. How I connected individually, as an individual, I had not to look for God. Everyone was telling me, seek him, look for him. He's right here. And the whole time that I was seeking God, I realized I am that I am. So if I am in God's kingdom, I should be able to have all the powers that God has given me. And this is when I started exercising the power of God. You see, many of us are saying that we're in the kingdom, but guess what? Are you exercising the power of God? I realize how powerful I am. Therefore, I began to create my own success. I don't define success anymore by man. The big car, the big house, the car, the helicopter, all of these things.
So are you saying, let me be the devil's advocate here. So are you saying that you are God?
I am saying that God has given all of us the powers, the gifts, the purposes. And what I'm saying is that I've been seeking for years to find those powers. But it's already here. He created me in his image. Amen. He created me in his likeness.
That's right.
Why am I looking all over to find God? He's within me.
That's right.
So he gave me all the tools I needed. Guess what? To do what? To unveil those illusions that man has put upon me and upon us.
Totally agree.
So it's really important for us to understand that, because I think people are suffering because of that. They don't realize that they can walk out of anything that they want to walk out on. They can become the woman that God created them to be. It's time for an awakening.
Yes.
I was awakened from a nightmare, and now I discovered peace, I discovered love, and trust me, I have discovered happiness. Happiness to the point where I just can't believe it. You know why? I am not waiting for someone to give me the happiness.
That's right.
I know who I am.
Woo.
The happiness is within me. I can create my space of happiness.
That's right.
And anyone, husband and mother and brothers, they complement my happiness. They don't give it to me. They complement the happiness that I have.
That's right. I think I like the way that you mentioned that, because a lot of people are waiting for someone to give them permission to be happy.
Yes.
Someone to permission to be free. Someone to give them permission to love themselves. And let me tell you, I was one of those people. And I learned what Melida learned. I learned what you learned. Is that God is so powerful. I'm powerful
to give me something.
Yes.
Yes. And it's not necessary. But see, you have to know who you are.
Yes.
You have been defined by man.
Yes.
Once I was awakened, once I unveiled the illusion, guess who have defined me already? God.
That's right.
So all I have to do now is exercise, and all the gifts that he gave me, all of them, I am exercising every single one of them. And no one is going to tell me, Mel, you have to wait. We have a tendency that we're telling ourselves, I'm going to be still. I'm going to wait for God to tell me when to do this. I'm going to wait till God talks to me. Yes, he talks to you.
Yes.
But most of the time, when he talks to you, you know what you do? You override, and you still saying, I am waiting for when God tells me when to move.
Yes.
You see, he wants you to move now. That's why he sent you here. You know, there was another thing that I said years ago. I was about 19 years old, and I was watching television. And I was watching a show, a program actually, a documentary about the children in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I questioned God, and I said, God, why is it that you have all of these people in Africa suffering the way they are suffering?
Yes.
And he said, Mel, why did you think I sent you? To make a difference.
That's
to
right.
teach. You see? And one thing I do realize why we are suffering in the world is because we are following man
That's
and
right.
not God.
That's right.
That's why we are suffering.
I got to clap for you. I got to give you a clapping on that one because you put it right on the dot.
We're following man.
Yes.
And we have to stop following man because we are going to see when your life is going around in circles, ask yourself why.
Who am I following?
Why is it your life is going around in circles?
Yes.
Why is it you're selling drugs?
Yes.
Why is it you're prostituting?
Right.
Why is it you're doing all these negative things?
Yes.
Because success to you is having all the things that was defined by man. What I have done is I redefine my own success.
That's
You
right.
see, success is not the car. Success is not the house.
That's
success
right.
is not the helicopter. Success
Tell
is
them.
not any of those material things.
Tell them.
You see, success is when you know who you are, and
That's
then
right.
you create that space for
Uh-huh.
God to be in that space in order to guide you, in order but it's not for you to stay still for too long, because that's called procrastination.
Mhm.
You see, we use the word stand still because in reality it's procrastination.
That's right.
And so many of my colleagues are doing that today. It is time to get up. The world is going, it's in chaos. And many leaders are sent by God in order to do the great things that they're supposed to be doing. But guess what?
Yeah.
They're saying to themselves, I'm going to wait. I am waiting for God. If you are in the kingdom of God,
That's right.
then therefore you should be in action.
That's
Yes,
right.
He will put you to rest.
That's right.
Yes, He will tell you, now take a
Come
month,
on.
take 2 months.
Tell them they're listening.
But let me tell you something. Don't rest for too long.
That's right.
Because the more you rest, the more chaotic the world is going to become.
That's right.
And another thing that I need
Before
to
you
mention,
go to that other thing, we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back. Thank you for tuning in to The Code. The Code is presented by Vivo Associates, our affiliates, our sponsors, and of course, our guests. Comments or questions or any show idea for us, please send us an email to info@invivoassociates.com. Thank you for tuning in to The Code. Okay, didn't I tell you that this woman can cook up a soup? Let me tell you, a soup of a great attitude, a soup of success, a soup of who you are. Is helping you understand who you are. Her name is Dr. Melida Harris, and here is your host, Sandra Graves, in The Code. And if you want to be a guest on this show, please send us an email to info@invivoassociate.com. And if you want to be a sponsor, your service, your product can be presented here on our video. Just connect with us again at info@invivoassociate.com. Remember, this woman knows how to cook up a soup that is filled with faith and hope and perseverance and a great attitude. That is my Melida Harris. Yeah, come on, baby. Tell us where is it that you was going to take us before I cut you off.
actually, what I was saying, if I recall, is that it is so important for you to know really who you are. And I want to get back to saying that we need to think twice about our traditions, about our cultures, and about all of the rituals that we go through. And what I was saying is that God has sent us in order leaders, especially leaders, to teach, to guide, and we're not doing that. I have something to say to my young people out there, because you're doing things that is not acceptable, and that is shooting each other, selling drugs, getting into drugs, being drug addicts, and all these other things. I want you to know something, especially those of you that are selling drugs. You're talented. You're a businessman. You are talented. And yes, you are a businessman. You're an accountant. And guess what? All these talents came from God.
That's right.
But you see, what happened is society have only taught you that the best way for you to make it is to do that. But let me tell you something. You are selling the wrong product.
That's right.
There's so many businesses out there
Yes.
that can use you. You can start a business
That's
by
right.
selling other products.
That's right.
You don't have to sell drugs as a product,
That's right.
because as I can see, I have met quite a few drug dealers in my past, and I have helped them to make them think twice about what they're doing.
That's
You
right.
see, you were taught to do the wrong things. You see, society have set you up. They set you up through the prisons. They set you up by selling drugs in your community, by killing each other.
Yeah.
It is time to stop,
That's right.
because God did not create you to be a drug dealer.
That's right.
He did not create you to be in jail
That's right.
for 20, 30, 40, 50 years
That's
for
right.
a powder
Yes.
that
Wasting
most
life.
people are not going to jail for.
That's
So let
right.
me tell you something. You see the intelligence that you have to run that business, you can run a legal business
That's
if you
right.
want to. You want to
That's
sell
right.
products? Call me. I'm in the business of import and export. You want to do that trade? You can do the right trade. You see, we have been set up. It's all an illusion, because just think about it. You sell the drugs, you go to jail, or you either die.
That's right.
Isn't that a setup? That's not what God created you for.
That's right.
God created you to be the man that He created you to be. A strong man, an intelligent man,
That's right.
a man to lead not only the world, but to lead his family. Many of you right now are in jail because you went the wrong route. You
right.
did the wrong things. But guess what? When you come back out, you can make that change.
That's
And I
right.
know you can, because I've helped so many other young brothers and sisters to make that change.
That's right.
So let me tell you something about the illusion. The illusion have changed our life from the time we were born. We were told so many things. There's so many things that are negative.
So
and
many
that
lies. So many
not helped
lies.
us. It have not helped us. And Sandra, I want the audience to know today, whatever pain that you're going through, all the negative things that you're going through, it can be changed.
That's
Love
right.
yourself first.
That's
Come
right.
back to you.
That's right.
Stop loving everybody. Look, you can love everybody. I wouldn't say stop loving everybody, but get to you.
Yeah.
When is it you're going to love yourself?
But you cannot
and when is it
really,
that you're going to
you
know
cannot love anybody until you don't learn how to love yourself, because it's all fake. If when you don't love yourself, I learned that you allow people to hurt you and you do things them that are extreme because you don't care about yourself. But when you love yourself, you are going to protect others the way you protect yourself. That's what I learned.
Positive. And another thing I want to touch bases on is,
Before you go
yes,
and touch
yeah,
base
okay.
on that, let me tell the people that are listening directly. I was talking with her privately, and I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm going to say it. This woman is trying to start something for the young people, and if you are listening, you need to connect with her. I'm not going to tell you the secret, but you need to connect with her because she's doing some big things, and she's going to be doing either bigger things because God is with her, and you need to join this group. So please, wherever you are, the message, her website is right at the bottom at this this video, and you are going to see unveilingtheillusion.com. Just go there, connect with her, and make sure, don't think of, oh, she's better than me, oh, she doesn't understand me. Whatever your oh is a lie from the devil, and and all your negative people that you have in your life. Get rid of them and make sure you connect with Melida. I'm serious. This woman is traveling the world and she is changing people's life, and she can help you change yours. She's not God, but God put her here to help people
That's
like
right.
you. Okay?
That's right.
So you can continue. I just have to put that out there.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Actually, I have a youth ambassador program, and what I'm doing right now with my youth is I have the youths that have different talents. I have nurses, I have designers, I have in every category. And what I'm doing is taking these young people to other countries and right in their community, and teach other young people their talent. And it's working perfectly.
Amen.
What I want to do, should I tell them?
Go ahead if you want to. I think this is the good opportunity in my show. You say in my show.
Yes. What I'm getting ready to do now is have a talk show for young people right here on the web, just like how we're doing now. And I am going to have the young people voice their opinion, whether it's about business, social issues, whatever you want to talk about. We are going to talk about it on the show. Why? Because I've recognized that by having the youth ambassadors of my program, they're teaching other young people, and it's working perfectly. And I want this to be global. Okay, I already have young people from Panama, from Jamaica, from Nigeria, all over the world, and they are all working together, teaching each other. Actually, we have a young man in Nigeria right now. He's teaching the young people at the local school there. So these are the great things that we're doing. And another thing that is so important. Oh my goodness, a lot of you young people that might not have a degree, but you have a talent. I need you. So many people don't go further because they don't have a degree, they don't have I don't care if you don't have a high school diploma. I will work with you. Why? Because I love to work with young people that have natural talents as well.
That's right.
You see, because God gave you those talents. And many people do not accept you because of the certificate.
That's right.
Let me tell you something about the certificate. Certificate does not access your greatness.
That's right.
God gave it to you.
That's right.
And that's what I realized. A certificate is a certificate in order to be trained to do something. Mm-hmm. But let's work with your talent to teach other young people. Because you guys don't realize how important you are in the world. You see, we always talking about big leaders. But let me tell you something. Big leaders, I need my young people. Because you guys are great.
Yes. And
definitely.
Melida, thank you so much for being here with us today. And I want to remind the people that are listening, this show was about unveiling your illusion. That is the title of a book. And you can find this book on Amazon. And you can connect with her through her website if you want to know more about it. This book is very powerful. So if you want to grow, I definitely recommend it. So really get in touch with her. Like I said, the website is right here at the bottom of this video if you want to find out more. And again, my love, my soup queen of faith and hope and happiness and positive attitude. Thank you again. And I know this is your second time here, but it's not going to be the last second. It's going to be a third and a fourth and a fifth. We want it to come out, and I want to be able to talk to you in the future when you have your show with the young people.
Yes.
I know it's going to be a success.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you all. Don't forget, every Thursday here at 7 p.m., if God allow, here on The Code. Bye-bye now.